The Dynamics of Domestic Violence. Perspectives from Chicago Survivors. The audio provided is from the same two domestic violence survivors as they talk about their experience with the Chicago Police Department. Any accompanying images are for illustrative purposes only and do not portray actual victims. Victims, survivors, and officers agree that effective law enforcement response to domestic violence is imperative. But how do the dynamics of domestic violence obstruct an effective law enforcement response? According to survivors of domestic violence, only looking for overt signs of abuse can get in the way of an effective response. Looking out for more subtle clues that could indicate abuse can help.
There's no specific face for a victim because I didn't even realize I was a victim. You might not see a black eye. You might not see somebody that's crying. You might not see a person that looks scared. Sometimes people are desensitized to trauma. Everybody's different. The way you respond to pain and the way I respond to pain is going to be different.
And if you feel something's not right, 9 times out of 10, it's not right. If domestic violence victims do not look people in the face, we don't, because we're ashamed, we're embarrassed. We don't want people to know what's going on. So that's one clue. We don't talk much because we don't want to upset the abuser. Just because the house is not ransacked or she doesn't have marks on her face doesn't mean she's not abused.
According to survivors, the charisma or manipulation of abusers can get in the way of an effective response. Being aware of abuser tactics and separating the abuser and victim can help.
The police didn't take it seriously because he will always talk his way out of it. That's what he does. He comes off very charming.
And the police officers that did show up, they had made like a bond with him.
According to survivors, allowing frustration with repeat calls to influence decision-making can get in the way of an effective response. Understanding a victim's stage of readiness can help. Victims want to know that law enforcement will be there when they are ready to leave. Focusing on the most immediate action, such as writing a strong report, gives the victim the most viable path to safely leave.
Yeah, some police officers care and some of them don't. I think they're more concerned with she's going to go back. So why even do the paperwork? And even if we do go back, that's irrelevant. A lot of us need to know that you all are going to be there when we call you.
Finally, according to survivors, focusing on a situation that seems diffused or calm can get in the way of an effective response. Separating the abuser and victim can help, because the victim can share more about the course of conduct.
Just because a situation is calm at the moment doesn't mean that the situation is calm. You don't know what happened before and you don't know what's going to happen afterwards, because what happens afterwards can be more detrimental than what happened before.
As we conclude this video, we would like to say thank you to the survivors who shared their stories.